Hi, I'm here with Jill. She is the president and founder of Energize HR. And Jill has completed the Resilient Transformation Academy with some pretty amazing results. And so thank you very much for being here and sharing your transformational journey with us.
I'm excited to share them.
Well, tell us a little bit about where you were before you started working with me.
Well, I was definitely distracted. I was constantly distracting myself, picking up my phone, shifting from one activity to the other, not really staying focused and getting the things I needed to get done by the end of the day. I was monkey brain. Um, I just was all over the place, was highly distracted. I was
And with that,
frustrated with myself as well because of that.
so you knew it, but you weren't able to stop it, which
Yes,
probably dropped your productivity quite a bit.
exactly. And it was driving my team nuts too. So it wasn't just me, it was everyone around me.
All right, so frustrated, driving people nuts. Where else were you before you and I started working together?
I think I was, I mean, frustrated is a good word. I was frustrated because I couldn't stay focused. I was frustrated because I knew I had the capability of moving my company forward, but I just wasn't doing it. I was frustrated with myself because I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't doing the things I needed to do.
Yeah.
So frustrated um, is a good word overall. That was my the word that resonates the most with me.
So it was like a baseline of frustration is what you
Mhm.
were experiencing. And in that baseline of frustration, did that kind of seep into your relationships as well, where people were like, gosh, Jill, you seem to be agitated or you seem to be frustrated? It caused some tension in relationships?
Absolutely. I was frustrated that my partner wasn't where he needed to be, doing the things that I wanted him to do. And it was, I was not taking the time or taking the beat to really understand the situation. And it was just overwhelming. I was overwhelmed and I was frustrated.
Wow. And what had you done in the past to try to fix that, or how did you handle that frustration in the past?
Um, I will say I would white knuckle it. I would drink lots of coffee and then I would drink lots of wine at the end of the night. Um, I would distract myself. I was constantly picking up my phone, looking at the news, consuming copious amounts of news. And it just wasn't healthy. It was a distraction to what I needed to do, and very, very unhealthy, especially in 2025.
Yeah. So it sounds like you were on this loop. It was a cycle that just kept repeating itself and you weren't able to get off the loop.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So then comes the Resilient Transformation Academy.
Yeah.
And was there anything that you did at first that it was kind of a skeptical try where you're like, oh, I'm not quite sure about this?
Yeah. I was like, this might be a little woo-woo, I'm not sure. This little device, like, how can it really help, me make some changes? Then maybe this is just another distraction. Maybe this is something that a quick fix for me to, fix. And, I think the difference is you get a score. You have that feedback to say, okay, this is not a pill you can take, because I was looking for that too. This is a device that's saying, okay, Jill, you need to do X, Y, and Z. When you do X, Y, and Z, you do have fantastic results and you feel different. So when I started shifting and feeling different, that's when I knew, okay, this is something that I can stick with.
When you say shifting and feeling different, can you describe that? How did you feel different?
Um, to me, as a business owner, entrepreneur, you're always running. I felt like I was running. And sometimes you can um, just run in circles. And so when I didn't have time. That was my basic thing. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. But when I did make time, it was amazing. The shift was I had clarity of my brain and I was able to do more, not less. It wasn't eating my time, it was feeding my attention so that I could actually get some things done and move it forward.
Did you find that your productivity started to increase?
Definitely. Definitely.
By about what percent when you started putting these tools together and
Yes.
practicing?
So, and old habits are hard to break, but when I would do it, my productivity, my ability to focus and do deep work went exponentially higher. So on average, it was probably 30%, but on the days that I was like very intentional, I'm going to do this, it was over 100% more productive. Instead of having those constant distractions, checking your email every 2 minutes, checking your phone every minute, answering every call, it's clearing the decks and saying, I'm going to get this done and I'm calm about it. Yes, there's a million fires, but I can't fight a million fires. I'm going to fight one fire at a time and I'm going to be way ahead of the game.
Wow. So having that ability to focus and concentrate and stay committed to just finishing that task, staying focused, having your brain work clearly, how did that affect you as a leader? Like, what did people start saying around you? Did they notice it?
Oh yeah. Yes. So um my my daughter works with me, which is always a challenge when you have a family-owned business. But that would be the one thing. She's like, when you do focus and you do are in the zone, we get so much more done, and that helps them. They're more engaged. All my employees are way more engaged. They feel like they're succeeding. They feel like, yes, we're making progress. Their frustration goes way down because
Oh.
I'm able to set a clear path.
It sort of sounds too like your presence, like you became more present with people and they knew that you were really with them instead of
Yes,
sitting in front of them and thinking about or having your attention somewhere else, you were with them.
absolutely. In fact, that is the exact phrase that my daughter, because we went to lunch to talk about this, the exact phrase she used. When you are present, it is definitely, I call it a gift. It's a present,
Yeah.
but it makes all the difference in the world. And
Wow.
so we didn't have these conversations before. It was just all over the place. But now she's my accountability partner on a daily basis. My team knows that I do this. Um, and I'm happier. I'm less stressed. I mean, my
Wow.
stress level has gone down.
Mhm. So it sounds like this has really impacted not just your leadership ability and your relationship with people at work, but what about your relationship in other areas of your life, other people?
Yes. I think I shared this with you, but um, my my husband was very frustrated. We were in bed. I don't know if this is too intimate. Clothes, night clothes on, but he was very upset. He was very frustrated. And instead of me saying anything, I just did my breathing. I just got in a good place and I shifted instead of trying to explain to him why he should feel the way he's feeling. I just shifted to more of love. Like my breathing allowed me to be more patient, understanding, and caring. And he felt it. We didn't say anything, but I just touched him and I breathed. And within 10 minutes, we were hugging.
Wow. You know, it's really amazing because part of the things that we talk about is if everything is energy and we're energy, and when we change our energy, it has an effect on people that are around us. And that was a great demonstration of what you just talked about. You shifted internally first, and it helped him to shift as well. And that's the power of learning these tools.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I would say prior to this, I was using my head, my logical brain. It's like, that's dumb. Why are you feeling like this? Stop feeling like this. And so this has really shown me the the importance of leading with your heart too, not just your brain. So
right.
it's the awareness that this has science behind it. This actually works. And you don't know until you see it with your own eyes.
See it and feel it, right? You see it with
Yeah,
the biofeedback device, but then you feel it, and then you get the stimulation from the outside confirming what you're feeling on the inside.
absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, I love that you said I'm not just using my brain, but I'm actually leading from my heart as well. And I remember one time you were talking about how you got overwhelmed and frustrated and your blood pressure went up, but then you were able to control that without any medications, without getting up and going somewhere and doing something. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh yeah. So I hope my husband doesn't see this.
It's up to you. You can share it with them or not.
This is going to be on the internet. But I will say we were in an argument, and it wasn't really a big argument, but I was frustrated. I was again leading with my head, and I was like, you know what? I don't feel well. So pause, time out. We need to take I'm taking a timeout break, and I want to check my blood pressure, and it was like 165 over 103, and I'm like, holy cow! I feel like this is bad. When you can feel your blood pressure go up like that, it's bad. I'm on blood pressure medicine, so it was very concerning. And um, I decided to, well, I actually called my doctor. I called my doctor. He was on call. It was on the weekend. And he said, it sounds like you're having anxiety. I'm going to call you in a prescription. So he gave me 2 prescriptions. And then in the interim, I I had my blood pressure machine. I took my device and I just focused on my breathing. I'm like, I just need to relax. And my husband started rubbing my shoulders. I started doing my heart focused breathing, and I brought my blood pressure down to 115 over 73. And that's real low.
In what amount of time?
In about 15 minutes. It was like incredible. And I haven't taken the medication because I said I told my doctor I do want to see if I can control any type of anxiety or what I have with the breathing. And it's worked so far. So I have it in my cupboard just in case, but that was dramatic. And my doctor was pretty impressed too.
Pretty amazing, you know, because so many people have anxiety and we never are really taught how to deal with it on the inside, being able to biohack our physiology. So
Mhm.
now that you saw that with the blood pressure machine and you have the data to show how quickly you lowered it, would you say that moving forward that you will now, whenever you feel anxiety, will you be able to get ahead of it and control it and turn it off before it goes into a full-blown anxiety attack?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I've ever been in, I'm not a doctor, but I can say that when I was scared when I was in that anxiety attack. And this is a tool outside of medication that can really help you cope and calm down instantly. I haven't needed to do it since, as far as medication, any emergency thing. But I do believe being more cognizant of my breathing, even if I don't have my machine, it has helped me overall stay calmer. Like I'm shifting my whole mentality. I don't stress as easy as I used to. So I'm not sure if I'm cured or if that was a one-off. I'm just saying right now, this is working for me. I want to be very careful not to say,
Right.
anybody who takes anxiety medicine or any of that is between them and their doctor, but this can be a way to absolutely help manage that. It worked for me.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. And what you just said is that you feel like you're not as stressed as you used to be.
Yes.
And so not as stressed as you used to be. And what I'm also hearing you say is that you're not as frustrated as you used to be. It's almost like we call it a baseline, right? You
Mhm.
change this baseline of not focusing, stress, overwhelmed, frustrated, going, working harder, working more with the hope that these feelings would change.
Mhm.
And now what I heard you say is that you're really changing from the inside, and that you would practice the tools that we would teach, and it would give you the time back. It would give you more productivity. And when
Mhm.
you're doing that, it's like your baseline. Would you say that your baseline is moving more into calm or peace versus stress?
Mhm. It is. It is. Yeah, I mean, I'm able to deal with crisis situations without freaking out. Um, I will say stress has its place because it gets things moving. But if you're able to kind of mix that with, okay, I'm going to, amp myself up a little bit,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to go cross that line. Like you're able to start really becoming self-aware of your body, your mind, and how it affects everything that you're trying to do and the people around you.
Yeah, because we say stress isn't a bad thing. You
Right.
harness the energy of stress when you know how to work with it and mold it and shape it, because there's a ton of energy in it. You just don't want to leave the stress reaction on for days, weeks, or months at a time. That's where we get in
Right.
trouble.
Absolutely. And I definitely feel that I now have the tools and I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still trying to master this. But it's been really, really fun and exciting to see the change. I mean, looking back, when we met last week and we walked through all of this, I'm like, holy cow, that has been a huge leap from where I was when I first started.
A big leap. And it's been really fun to be part of your journey and watch you. Because speaking of fun, one of your goals was to have more fun and not feel
Yeah.
guilty about having fun. And when we
Yes,
talked the other day, you said, I just went out and had some fun. And I said, do you
yes,
feel guilty? And you said, not a bit.
yes.
So, how has this translated into having more fun in your life?
Yeah. It made me more self-aware and start to question some of those ideas that I've had in
Yeah.
life. And I know that I'm not alone. We tend to self-sacrifice. Women do that a lot. And I'm just like, what? There's no reason for me to feel guilty. Life is short. Life is joyful. Like I have a lot to give, but I want to enjoy it along the way as well. So it's definitely it's made me feel lighter. And I think we talked about when you're really in that state of cohesiveness,
Yeah.
you feel lighter. You physically feel lighter, which is so bizarre.
Yeah.
But there's something to it for sure.
There's definitely something to it. And what's cool is we have the data to prove it, which is fun.
Yes.
So, how are you going to use this moving forward?
I'm definitely, I think I told you, I use this on a daily basis, whether, I'm in line or driving, wherever I'm at, I do I stop myself and I'm like, okay, just breathe and recenter myself. I am really going to dig deeper and not try, so it's not green light language. I
Pitch.
am going to master,
Nice.
I am going to master my, my state of being so that I can really
Wow.
achieve all the goals that I have set. And just
Wow.
make the world a better place, because when you're happy and joyful, you positively affect those around you. So it's a very giving and loving thing to do.
Wow. What a beautiful way to sum all of this up. And it has been such a pleasure and an honor to work with you and watch you in your transformation. Thank you for taking the time to do this video testimonial. I greatly appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Julie. You've been amazing, and I've really enjoyed
Thank
spending
you.
time with you, and you've helped me a lot. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure, my true pleasure. Thank you.